Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. You're watching Old Guy Firewood. My name is Dick, and today I'm going to talk about something that if you own a chainsaw, if you run a chainsaw, it's something that you've run into before, something that will be of interest to you. I know several times I've been cutting, I got my saw and I'm in a nice big old 18-inch, 20-inch log, and I'm cutting, and all of a sudden it starts curving off to the side and I get a crooked cut. And 9 times out of 10 when that happens, it's a problem with the chain. One side of the chain might be, one side of the cutting lengths might be a little bit shorter or duller, or there might be some wobble in the chain that causes that. But once you eliminate the sharp issues and the tooth length issues, and it's still cutting crooked, there's something else that you need to look at, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So stick with me, and we'll talk about how to correct that situation. Folks, I want to apologize for the background noise. There's nothing wrong with your phone or your TV or whatever you might be watching this video on. And there's nothing wrong with my microphone or my recording equipment. I'm just in my shop. It's about 93 degrees outside today, and I've got the air conditioners running in here, and they're a little bit noisy, but I'm not going to shut them off, because if I did, I'd be cooking in here. So please put up with the background noise. Realize it's just the air conditioners running, and bear with me. If your saw is cutting crooked and you've eliminated the chain being the problem is probably in your bar. And there's a couple things that can happen to your bar that'll cause it to cut crooked. One thing is your chain will wear grooves in here, and there'll be a little lip here on the top. It might be uneven on the rails, and that burr can cause your chain to go off. That's why it's a good reason always, when you sharpen your chain, or every so often, to flip your bar over, because obviously on the bottom, where you're putting pressure down on the cut, the bar groove is going to wear more there than it does on the top. So by turning it over from time to time, that's just one part of bar maintenance that will help you from getting the burrs and the grooves here along the rails of your bar, which can cause it to cut crooked. The other thing is that the groove itself is designed for and sized for the chain that you're using. This bar is an 050 gauge bar, and I'll just put a piece of chain in here, 050 chain, and let me show you. I don't know if you can see this, but let me show it from the side. Now there, can you see how much your chain is moving in that groove? That groove is opened up to the point where it's allowing the chain to roll like that, and that will definitely cause your saw to cut crooked. So that groove needs to be tightened up. Now, if you take a look at the top of this bar, you can see where the chain, as it rotates around there, has actually created a groove down in that bar. If you look right in here, you can see this lip right here. It's actually raised up above where the chain rides on this bar right here. And got the same thing on the other side here too. See, as I come out here, it's raised right there. These bars may even be not the same height as a result of this wear. But this needs to be taken off. And here on the outside too, if you come up, there's a little lip there where it's worn, and it's hanging over the edge of the bar. So you need to remove that, get these rails straightened up square on both sides, and That's the first thing you want to do. And then the second thing that we'll address is the width of this groove, because it has opened up a little bit and it's allowing the chain to wiggle side to side, and that will definitely cause your cut to be crooked. There's a lot of different ways you can remove this this high spot here and the burr that rolls over the side. You can do it with a flat file, and you know, like this, and you can go across here and kind of take those edges down smooth there. But the problem with a file is that you don't really have a whole lot of control in terms of it being at a 90-degree angle to the bar. So, you know, if you're filing like this, you may round that over a little bit. If you're filing across here, you may have it down or up a little bit, and you end up with one rail a little bit higher than the other. So the solution to that is a very simple tool, and this one that I have here is made by Ferd, P-F-E-R-D. You know, they're a big name in chainsaw files and filing equipment, and this simple tool allows you to go along both sides square with the rail. Feels pretty smooth right in here, but up in here I've got an edge. I can feel it. Continue to go over it until it smooths out. Okay. Yeah, no more lip there. A little bit right there. Okay, we'll get this side. All right, that little rolled over edge, that little lip on the outside is gone now, where before I could feel it very easily with my fingers, it's gone. Go ahead and blow those shavings out of there. All right, now we need to true the top rails up, and to get that burr off the top, and we use the same tool, only now we'll put it 90 degrees this way. It only cuts one direction. Let me see, make sure I got it right. Yeah, it cuts in this direction. Hold it square against the bar. And you can feel the resistance. And you can feel less resistance as you take that lip off. It gets much smoother. Quite a bit down here on the end. You can feel it. A bit down here, yeah. Yeah, that's much better. Let me bring you in close again, and we'll We'll see if those ridges were took. Okay, remember before that there was a little ridge there that we could feel, and that's totally gone. Same on this side. That ridge is totally gone, and these rails should both be on the same plane, perpendicular to the bar, since we used this tool, which helps you align it that way. So, all right, the filing's done. The burrs are gone. We would flip the bar over and do the same thing to the underside of the bar. Now let's address this gap where the drive links run. A little bit too wide, as we said. I'll put this piece of chain back in there again. Just a little bit too much side to side wiggle. So we need to tighten that up a little bit to make it run right. I'll leave a link to the Ferd bar rail file in the description of this video. Now the next tool we're going to use is a bar closer, groove closer. And this thing basically just fits down here on top of the bar like that. Tighten these rollers up until they make contact. And simply run it along the length of the bar. And I can feel right in here, I start to feel resistance. Out here, not too bad. Curious if the teeth show less wobble out in this area. Yeah, absolutely do. They sure do. So it's gauged right there, but it's not tight enough here. So we're going to go ahead and put this back on. We know that's about the right gauge. Run it right through this area where there's resistance. Tighten it down a little bit more. Just a tad more. Alright, let's see if we've tightened this up some now. Alright, let's see. Pretty tight right there. Much better right there where it was so wobbly before. And down here, very little play. Let's say we've got the groove tightened back up. The .050, go ahead and flip this over and do the same thing to the other side. Okay, we've got all the burrs and the grooves straightened out on the bar. Next thing I want to do is go ahead and get this groove cleaned out real well. I use this depth gauge from West Coast Saws. It seems to work pretty good. Just run that around. Look at the stuff coming out of there. Flip it over, do it to the other side. Got that cleaned out. Now the last thing I want to do is give this greasable sprocket a little squirt of grease. It was more than a little squirt, wasn't it? Okay, now this bar is serviced and ready to go back on the saw. Just a couple simple tools. The Ferd bar file, and I'll leave a link to that in the description. And this bar closer tool, which I'll leave a link to in the description. Trued the bars up, gotten the burrs off, cleaned the groove out, brought the groove back into specifications of .050, gave it a shot of grease in the sprocket, and this bar is ready to go now. And I guarantee that if you cut crooked now, it's not the bar, it's going to be the chain. But chain maintenance is something we do all the time. Bar maintenance is something that it pays to just pay a little bit more attention to it. So I hope this video has been informative. I hope it's something that you can use. Saw maintenance, chain maintenance, we always take care of. Bar maintenance, let's give it a little bit more attention. Thanks so much for watching, and if you like this sort of thing, please press the like button. Please subscribe if you aren't already, and press the little bell icon so that you'll be notified when I publish new videos. Please leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about this video, and let me know anything else you'd like to see me do videos on. So thanks so much for watching, and until the next one, keep moving, and we'll see you then.